Hey guys, welcome back. Today kind of feels perfect. It's September, one of the best months of the year. The sun is shining. So today's video is going to be a very cozy couple of days, just celebrating autumn. Basically the goal is, if autumn was a video, it would be this one. So I'm just getting ready to get out the door, get my sunglasses because the weather is stunning today. I was halfway through making a coffee when I said hello. So I'm gonna finish getting that made so I can take a little coffee with me. At the moment, I'm really experimenting with my autumnal coffees. So in here, I've got muscovado sugar, a teaspoon of muscovado sugar. If you haven't tried muscovado sugar, I keep saying this in like every vlog. If you haven't tried muscovado sugar in your coffee, you need to. It's got like a toffee caramel kind of a taste. Insane. And I've also put half a teaspoon of chai in here, like chai spices. I want to see if I can perfect like the perfect dirty chai this autumn. I mean, this one is obviously iced because the weather is so lovely, so I'm going to keep on my iced type for as long as I can. Ooh. Oh, it's good. Oh, it's really good. Delicious. Right, I'm gonna go get some shoes on, gonna grab a bag, we're gonna head out the door. But here we go. Let's spend a very cozy autumnal couple of days together. Oh my gosh, this is delicious. Yay, good job. Good boy. So we're actually going shopping in Richmond, which is right by where I grew up. So I've actually swung by my parents' house to pick up my mum and this, which I will explain later, like when we get home. I love Richmond so much. I'm obviously very biased. I love it for sentimental reasons, but the shops are also so good. They've also recently opened to Free People. Free People is literally my kryptonite. So I'm actually going to try and avoid going in there because I know if I do, all of my money is gone. But there's a Free People, there's a Anthropology, there's that, I don't know how to pronounce it ever, that like Sostren Gren thing. I don't know how to pronounce that store, but that home shop that has all the little bits in it, because I'm not one for decorating for autumn and Halloweeny stuff loads, but I think I might like a little pumpkin, like just a little pumpkin. And I think that's the place to find a little pumpkin. So anyway, let's go see what we can find. Cutesy mug, I love it. And with Taylor playing in the background, I'm obsessed. The vibes in here are immaculate. Okay, these glasses are so cute. If I was having a Halloween party, these would be straight in the bag. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Oh, and Betty playing. So pretty and so wintry. I'm obsessed. I love these. Crochet is calling to me. Any day now, I'm going to become a crocheter. so cold. I don't know how something so wonderful and so delicious when it's warm can turn into something so horrific when it's cold. There is nothing worse than cold tea. Oh my gosh, that is freezing. I must have, to be fair, it probably has been a good like hour and a half since I made that cup of tea. Yuck, right, that can go over there. Good morning, guys. Yesterday was so nice. I have to be honest, the day kind of ran away from me a little bit. I wasn't fully intending to go shopping and have lunch with my mum, but for my birthday last week, my parents got me some gifts and I opened them at their house before we went out for dinner together. So I left them there because I couldn't like transport them in my Uber home. So I needed to go via their house to actually pick them up, which is what I did today. And then my mum was free, so I was like, come with me. So we ended up going to Richmond together, had a little mooch around the shops, went to Ottolenghi for lunch, which was so nice. But I don't know if it's me, I'm looking in the wrong places, probably it's that, or if there's a stock issue or like what is going on with, I can't really say the UK, what is going on with the towns in which I've shopped so far. Nary a pumpkin to be found. And that doesn't make any sense to me. We are over a week into September, not a single, not one little pumpkin could I find. Obviously in Anthropology there were like the pumpkin candles, there's like the pumpkin mugs and stuff. I don't want a mug, I don't want a candle, I want a little, ideally fabric would be lovely, but either like a little fabric or a little stone pumpkin that can just be a decoration that I either put like up on the mantle thing above the cooker, or I put like on the top of the fireplace in the living room. I just want one little, or maybe two, little pumpkins that are purely decorative, that I can get out each year at the beginning of September. Pumpkin, change the cushion covers, and that's my autumnal decorating done. Not one, like I said, nary a pumpkin. I couldn't find any, so that was extremely disappointing. I actually asked in like Sostren Gren, I'm so sorry, I know I'm butchering that for, I think it's a Danish company, but if you're Danish, please, I'm so sorry. But that Sostren Green, that place, I asked them because I thought this is the place that would surely have them. And I asked the guy and he was like, no, because this is a Danish company. I think he did say Danish. He was like, no, this is a Danish company, so honestly, we just go straight from like summer stuff to Christmas stuff. So he's like, just give it a minute and Christmas will be here in a second. And he was like, you know, the Scandinavians love Christmas. And I was like, well, so do we. I also love Christmas, but they didn't have anything in there. It was very summery. And like I said, maybe there just wasn't as much, whatever, it doesn't matter. I didn't find myself a pumpkin, so I came home empty-handed, but that doesn't matter. I had a lovely time, and now we are doing some autumnal meal prep. I need to decide now, actually I should probably get my laptop, like how ambitious I want to be with the cooking for today. But I know that I want to do some like roasted veg meal prep, just because I find if you've got a bunch of roasted veg in your fridge in Tupperware, it's so handy to be able to put with literally anything. Like you can put it with pasta, you can put it with rice, you can just have it on the side of meats. It's so versatile and so delicious, and I just don't feel like you can have trays of roasted vegetables in the spring, summer, the way you can in autumn, winter, and it's my favorite thing to have meal prepped. And I guess I say meal prep, but really it's more ingredient prep, which I almost find better than meal prep, because then you can mix and match stuff as you see fit, and you don't have to have exactly the same meal every night or every lunch of the week. So I know that I'm gonna do my roasted veg tray prep. That's like easy, done deal. And I think I've got, I'm gonna put it all out on the counter. This kitchen is so messy at the moment, but I know I've got a butternut squash. I know I've got an aubergine. Why they're out on the side, I don't know. But these will definitely go into that, or they can go into some soups. And I need to decide how many soups am I going to tackle today. We do have the butternut squash, which would be very nice to do a butternut squash. And at the moment, I'm basically doing a bunch of recipe development in general. I should have put that on my autumnal bucket list that I made the other day, because it's something that I am definitely working on. Because I decided last year that I really need a place where all of my autumnal recipes, or like just my autumn winter in general, to be honest, recipes live. They're the seasons when I spend the most amount of time in the kitchen. It's when I find the most like creative fulfillment from being in the kitchen. And every year I find myself either like trawling through my notes app, trying to find recipes from previous years, or looking up, like I often put bits of paper inside. I mean, I think these ones are like full of them, but often I'll like tab recipes in recipe books, and then I'll put scraps of paper from trying to find some, oh there's one, and then I put like scraps of paper from where like I've written down notes of how I would like change the recipe, or like what I would do to improve it, or like scribbled like newspaper cuttings that I've written all over the back of and been like, oh, I'd actually up the garlic or whatever it is. But everything is all over the place. So this year, I should have put it on my bucket list. This year, one of my jobs for autumn is to get all of my like autumnal foodie bits all in one place. Let me know if you would be interested in seeing it, because I know sometimes you guys ask me for my recipes and I can definitely share it with you if that's something that you would want. If it is also something that you would want, DM me or leave a comment and let me know like what recipes you'd like in there, because I'm trying to structure it. It's like split into autumn and winter so far, and then I've got like my autumn comfort food that you just like make from home every week. I've got like a full list of all the pantry staples that you should have. And then I've got the same kind of thing for winter, where I've got winter recipes, pantry staples, and then I also want to do in the winter section, to save me time when I get to the Christmas party, I want to have a festive section that's like hosting prep and hosting tips and like all the little hacks that I always end up like re-remembering each year when I should just have prepped them in advance. And then having like a specific recipe section that's for like Christmas party or just like Christmas general stuff. And every year, me and my mum are always really struggling to remember what are the best like vegetarian centerpieces for like a Christmas roast dinner. I know I'm talking about Christmas already, and I'm just telling you all the thoughts in my head. I've been working on this like document over the last few weeks, and I want to make sure that the recipes that go in it are like good. You know, I want to make them the best ones, because like I don't know like how long can the document really be. I think I'm going to do like 40 recipes in there or something. So a couple of the soup ones that I've already got in here are spiced pumpkin and lentil. I've obviously got like I call it iconic, it's not iconic, it's the same tomato soup that everyone in the world will make, but I love it and Cameron thinks it's iconic, which is very sweet. My tomato soup, which I'm gonna do. There's an apple and cheddar soda bread recipe that I've really wanted to try making. It's like a little bit different to like these cheddar scones that I used to make with my grandma that is so incredible, and they go so well with soup. Right, okay, I need to do a little bit of a brainstorm. I'm gonna have to think about how much we can achieve in a few hours, and then I'm gonna get cooking. But honestly, if you're not meal prepping your soup, what are you doing? It's the best food in the whole world to batch cook. You can double, triple the recipe sizes, have food forever. Soup does lunch, it does dinners, you can freeze it, you can stick it in the fridge. It's such an easy one to like take to work and reheat in the microwave. Tick, tick, tick. I like meals that work really hard and do a lot, and soup does a lot. Okay, let me have a think, and then let's get cooking. And I need another cup of tea that is nice and hot and fresh. Let's do it. In for roasting. It already smells so good in here just from the butternut squash being in longer than the tomatoes. I think it's the rosemary. Oh, it smells so good. Having the sunglasses on my head is also literally purely functional. There is no sunshine. It is pouring with rain, but I keep having to like stick my eyes outside because onions make me cry so much. But honestly, this autumnal weather is so perfect. it's like raining, but it's warm enough to have the windows open and the doors open. So as long as the rain, like the rain now, it's like not that bad. It's like a little pathetic right now. So I can have the windows open. When it starts to get super crazy, everything has to be closed. That was a very boring story. Anyway, soup is on. I'm now gonna go get on with some work, which is the best thing about soup. I'm gonna stop romanticizing soup so much, but when it cooks, I've now got half an hour, 40 minutes for everything to roast. I can go get on with the rest of my things. It's not one of those meals where you have to like stay with it and be in the kitchen the whole time that it's on. It's just roughly chopped stuff, chuck it in the oven, and then just enjoy the smell as it smells like better and better and better in here. Right, back to work for me. Get my headphone, and then we can move on to part 2 of cooking our soup in a bit. Oh, they're stunning. And seriously, I cannot tell you how good it smells in here. Like, insane. Let's turn these into soup. How good does this look? I'm so excited to eat this. Honestly, this soup is perfect. I've obviously just tried it before, like plating up an actual bowl. It just hits every single box. It's warm, it's hearty, it's comforting. I do like a watery soup, like a broth type of thing, but that's like a whole different category in my mind. For like a really comforting autumnal soup, I need there to be some like body to it, which is why putting the lentils in is such a good idea, because one, you add a load of protein, and two, once you blitz everything, you can't really tell that the lentils are in there. Also a great soup, if you want it to be more kind of like chunky and brothy, you can just dice the butternut squash like up much smaller, and then when you put the lentils in, like just don't do the final blitz, and it just feels like a totally different soup. But this is so like warming and filling, and personally, I love a combo of like creamy and spicy, same way I love a combo of like salt and sweet. So I put like a bit of creme fraiche on top. You could also use double cream, but I've used half fat creme fraiche, so it's just like a little bit healthier, and some chili oil. You got all the spices in there. Also a perfect soup for when the pumpkins come. So this to me is like a spiced pumpkin soup or butternut squash if there aren't pumpkins at the moment. As soon as you have like your Halloween pumpkins, they'll come out. This is the soup that you make with your pumpkin. Anyway, let me know if there's any other recipes that you want me to make. I feel like I've been, at the moment, really slipping into, not in a bad way, but I've been doing like a lot of baking when really my roots is cooking, and I've been trying to learn to bake because baking is not something that comes especially naturally to me, but I've been practicing it and I've been loving it, and that's where like the bread and the cinnamon rolls and all that stuff, like I'm loving the baking hype that I've been on. Baking also helps me feel super close to my grandmas who aren't around anymore and they used to bake. But cooking is really my jam. Like I was always the cook in the house growing up, so I feel like I've not been doing enough of that lately, and my spark is coming back. Yum! Right, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna eat this, and I will probably see you tomorrow because it's pouring with rain still. This is the longest the rain has stuck around in a long time, and I think I'm just gonna curl up on the sofa, do some editing, do some work, and I'll probably catch up with you tomorrow. I haven't yet turned the tomatoes into their tomato soup because that Le Creuset pot is the only one that I can use the hand thing in it without it scratching the bottom, so I need to decant the leftovers of the soup into their meal prep jars, then transfer the tomatoes. So you don't need to watch all of that admin, but the tomatoes are also going to get turned into soup and into the fridge any minute now. And then we'll have two soup options, both some in the fridge and some in the freezer. Yum! is just meant to be a pajama day. I don't feel like I've had a proper pajama day in so long, where I've like got up, had a shower, like put myself together, and then put pajamas on like as my outfit for the day. So I've like properly got my cozy PJs on, got myself a cup of tea, and then I spent this morning baking cinnamon rolls. I told you I'm gonna keep making these till I perfect them. I don't think the dough is, I mean, it's the same, basically it's the same as last time. I don't think I've necessarily improved loads on the dough. I think I have a little bit. But this flavor combo, guys, look. I don't know why you can see this without it like tipping over the edge. Look at that. I actually wanted to make pistachio ones with the M&S pistachio cream because that stuff is phenomenal. But I went to M&S and they didn't have any in stock, so I had to skip that. But they did have a hazelnut cream, or like a hazelnut, yeah, I think it's called like a hazelnut cream or something, that was the equivalent of the pistachio one, and I bought that. It's like the inside, it's like the innards of a Ferrero Rocher, or like a Kinder Bueno, I guess. I guess it's like the colour of Kinder. It's so good. I'm actually very glad that the hazelnut spread I just did as part of the topping and didn't put it in it, because I think it might be too sweet. So the inside is just like a normal cinnamon roll, and then on top I made a hazelnut cream cheese frosting, and then drizzled dark chocolate over the top for like a little hit of bitterness and chocolatiness. And oh my gosh, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. All autumn I'm just going to be making these. Like the dough is so squishy and properly gooey. Anyway, you do not need to watch me eat. I'm going to make a little reel of that recipe and I'll post it on Instagram, and I'll post it on Shorts as well if you want the full recipe to those ones. Those are so good. You need to get that specific M&S hazelnut cream. Yum. Also yesterday I went to get my hair done. I don't know if you can tell, but it feels so much darker. I had the whole thing like toned to cover up all my greys, because my greys have been going a little bit bonkers lately. I wanted them covered up a bit, so they've kind of toned everything a little bit darker, because I said, yeah, for autumn winter we can go a little bit darker and not have so much light in it. But now I don't know if I feel like a tiny bit weird about it. Like it definitely feels a lot darker to me, but it's one of those things probably no one else can tell, but I can definitely tell. Other girly topics of note, I feel like I'm finally getting through listening to all of Man's Best Friend, Sabrina's new album. I loved the music video for Tears. I do think like that whole Rocky Horror Show theme thing was super iconic, and I did fully gasp at the lyrics. I am actually surprised that this album is kind of like the same, like she's doing the same kind of shtick as she did for Short and Sweet. I don't know why in my head, but like the sarcastic, super sexual thing, like I kind of thought that was just something for one album. I don't know, I didn't expect it to like just keep heightening into this album. But yeah, I think there's some good one-liners. I think it takes me a minute to like get into it. I think I clicked with Short and Sweet as like a first listen through more than I've clicked with Man's Best Friend first time round, but Tears is stuck in my head. When Did You Get Hot is also stuck in my head, and I also quite like My Man on Willpower. I don't know, I need to do some re-listens, and I'm jumping all over the place now. I caught up yesterday on The Summer I Turned Pretty. That last episode was so good. Finally, that was a good episode. I barely cringed in the whole thing, which says a lot for this show. Barely cringed. The ending's so good, like finally. I actually got emotional in bits of it as well, which is like, this show does not make me cry at all, but I actually got emotional. That was a really, really good episode. I can't believe we only have, is it just one left? That's crazy to me. We have one left and then like the show is done. Like forever it's done. I'm still obsessing so hard with Tate McRae. I have So Close to What on repeat, and most of my Explore page is just videos of her dancing. Like I'm obsessed. She is a pop star. Like I really believe that at the moment pop stars are pop starring. It feels like there's a resurgence of something that was great, like the 90s pop star era. I mean, a combo of like Tate and Sabrina is like Britney is just like back. I'm so obsessed. Also like the little like dance break within Tears. Oh, and if it's not Tate McRae on my Explore, it's Youngblood. Is anyone else just seeing like so much about Youngblood? And like I've listened to bits of his music, but like never anything loads. And it just feels like at the moment everyone is going feral over him and his whole vibe. He just seems like such a nice guy. Like he seems like such a nice guy. Maybe rock is also returning. Pop stars are back. Rock stars are back. It feels like from a pop culture perspective, it's all happening. It's all happening. Anyway, those are all my very random girly thoughts. The rest of my day today is gonna be a chill one. I really want today to be a Saturday. So I think I'm going to enjoy the rest of my cinnamon bun and my cup of tea, and I'm gonna chill on the sofa and read for the rest of the day, which is my idea of a truly perfect day. I'm currently reading The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. If you want any autumnal book recommendations, I have another channel, Ellen Reads, and I just put up a few days ago like a video that's like 40 minutes long of just all of my autumnal book recommendations of books that are perfect to read this time of year. This one so far, the vibes are flawless. Flawless. It's like gothic fantasy done to perfection. I'm only 63 pages in, but oh my gosh, it's so good. So I think I'm just gonna chill, read my book, drink my cup of tea, have my cinnamon roll, I can have my soup for lunch. I think it's gonna rain again this afternoon, and we still have a whole other week before autumn. Is it 1 week? Yeah, we've still got like a whole other week before autumn is officially here. But oh my gosh, does it feel so autumnal at the moment. I am loving it. I am loving it. Like, I don't recall feeling this way last year. I wasn't this autumnal last year. I'm deep in it. Anyway, that is enough yapping from me. Thank you so much for spending a couple of cozy days with me. I've had the nicest time. Let me know if there's any particular videos you want to see from me. Let me know if there's any recipes you want to see from me. As always, I hope you have such a lovely week, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Bye guys.